Don't be like it. That's going to be my first tip. Don't be like it. Took a shower, took a nice shower, put on a nice shirt, a nice tie, a nice suit. And well, the next step is answering some of your questions. So let's go. I wanted to make it something special. So I'm going to bring you with me to a nice place where I can relax and focus and get really deep into my answers because your questions were really good. And I think you guys deserve an answer that lives up to the standard of your questions. Now let's do it. So I took a walk. This was not the plan. The plan was that I was going to be sitting in a nice bench, which is very dirty. So here I am in a suit sitting on grass. Hopefully, it's not going to get dirty, the suit. So, one of the questions that I received is, do you plan on visiting, insert city name, insert country name? Are you ever going to visit London? Are you ever coming back to New York City? Are you ever coming to India? Well, I would love to visit every single country, every single city. I would love to visit every single one of you. It's one of my life dreams. I guess we could say that. Traveling, visiting people, getting to meet other peoples, other cultures, getting in touch with languages, seeing how people approach style in different parts of the world, especially men. I would love to do that. And, having the opportunity to visit all of you would be just even better for me, I would say. So hopefully in the future, that's something that I could do, something that could happen. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to keep working hard and eventually get to visit all of you. If I'm looking around, it's because I see people walking around me and I feel super weird recording a video out in public. But this is one of those things that I have talked to you about that, if you really want to do something, you should just do it. And I would be a complete hypocrite if I were telling you not to care about what people think, what people say, and then me being afraid and, feeling insecure because what will people think? So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to ignore everyone, even if they make fun of me. I mean, if I were somebody else, I would be making fun of me, honestly. One great question is, what's your favorite thing about your city, Guadalajara? Most of you know that I live in Mexico. I live in the city of Guadalajara. I guess I make it very public that this is where I live. In my stories, where I tag all my Instagram posts, well, it's no secret that I live here. And I guess there are so many things that I could say I love about this city. It's a big city. It's like a 5.5 million people living here in the metro area. And what I love about it is that it's not a huge city like New York City or Mexico City. Just to give you a local example, it's like that middle ground, and there's anything that you would like to do. If you want to go to a concert, if you want to go to a gallery, if you want to go to a bar, if you want to go out to dance with your friends, something that I never do. So I guess technically I cannot say that that exists, but I've heard that it exists. You can go to nice restaurants. You can find all different types of cuisines here, Indian food, Mexican food, obviously, Italian food, French food, Spanish food, Asian food, Thai, all of it. You can find it here in Guadalajara. And another thing that I really love about this city is that I would say it's perfectly located. It's just a few hours drive to the beach. If you want to go to the beach, about a 40-minute drive. If you want to go to the woods, to the forest, go out to a nice cabin in the forest. That's something that also you can do here. There's a very large lake. That's actually Mexico's largest lake. That is just a few minutes away, like 30 minutes away, 40 minutes away. So if you want to take a break from the city, from the hustle and bustle of the big city, you can go to those places. And on top of that, this is where tequila was invented. So if you ever plan on visiting this city, coming to Mexico, you should definitely come to Guadalajara, and just let me know. I'll show you around. I've been told that I'm a fantastic tour guide. I really enjoy talking about my city. If you see me doing this, it's because there's grass everywhere around me, so my hands are getting dirty. Please don't judge me. I'm doing all of this for you. I'm sure you're going to appreciate the effort that I'm putting into recording this video, and I guess I'll never do this again. I mean, coming out to answer questions or record videos. I'm going to stay inside. Okay, I'm going to take a quick break from answering all of your questions right now because I realized that I forgot to acknowledge those of you who sent me messages that were not necessarily questions, but they were more like supportive messages for what I do here. So I'm going to show them here on your screen right now. And I want to say thank you to all of you for your messages. Now let's go back to answering your questions. Look at my knot. Not too shabby. Next question is, what is your favorite type of suit? Ah, man, there's no easy answer to that question. I mean, I know that if you were to tell me what's your ideal suit, I would say a three piece, a nice three piece with a nice cut, a nice fit. Pinstripe, I guess, would be another characteristic of that suit. And just a very classic, elegant type of suit. That's in my head, that's what I envision as the perfect suit. Favorite? I don't know. Like, I could try so many different combinations. I mean, I love double breasted. I'm wearing a double breasted today. I guess you can tell. But there's really nothing as beautiful and as timeless and elegant and classy. I guess I could use a million adjectives for it, for the three-piece suit, especially if it's a nice pinstripe in a dark color. Just beautiful, beautiful. That would be my favorite suit, I would say. Another question is, what's your favorite Mexican shoe brand? Honestly, I don't know. I guess 90% of my shoes that I wear right now are definitely not Mexican. So I'm not very familiar with Mexican brands. But if you want to, recommend a nice Mexican shoe brand that I should try, why don't you leave it in a comment? And I promise you, I'll give them a try. You can tag them or tag them on social media on one of my posts, and we'll give them a try. And if we like them, then we'll say that I have a favorite Mexican shoe brand. But for today, to answer this question, I guess there's no answer. And I'm starting to think that I'm letting you all down with my answer so far, especially with this one, because this one had no answer. But yeah, I mean, I would be more than open to give some of those cool Mexican brands a try because I know they exist. I know for a fact that they exist. So let me know what's your favorite and I'll give them a try. Why not? Maybe they can reach out to me and we can come up with something cool for all of you. These are the questions. You can actually see it's just, I write, I feel like I write like an 8-year-old. I should really work on my handwriting. So what got you into suits and ties? I already posted a video where I talk about it, about my story, how this passion began. So I'm going to link to it here on your screen. But it was just my appreciation for elegance and, looking at some actors in some movies and looking at, old pictures, like from the 20s, 30s of the past century, those men, how they used to dress, how cool they looked, how confident they walked. Maybe it's just a biased opinion because I'm pretty sure that in the 20s and 30s there were men that were not wearing suits because I know the economy was maybe not ideal in those decades, but those men that wore suits, they really left a mark. I mentioned in that video, watching movies like James Bond, I admire how awesome he looked, how powerful, how confident he looked. So that's I would say that's how I discovered this passion. Then it was a matter of, bringing it into my life and, working on my style and making it a part of my life. But this is how it started. This is a funny one. Uh, Ever considered doing voice over work?
Really?
I don't even know if this is a joke. If you are just messing with me, if you are just laughing, and maybe you're gonna share this with your friends and go like, "Can you believe he actually thought my question was serious?" But no, I'm gonna answer it anyway. No, I have not considered it. No, I don't think I will ever consider it because I hate my voice. Even when I'm watching these videos on my YouTube channel, I watch them on mute and I activate the subtitles, which comes with another problem because sometimes the subtitles will not understand what I'm saying because I'm not a native English speaker, as you can tell. And it comes with some embarrassment knowing that my English is not perfect. Uh, but listening to myself speaking uh, kind of feels weird. And I just hate my voice. I mean, I've grown to understand that that's my voice and perhaps not hate it, but I don't like it. And I guess nobody would ever pay a single dollar for me to do voiceover work. But I don't know. Maybe some of you like my voice, and maybe that's my future. You know, never close a door. But honestly, no, I've never thought about it. Nobody has ever approached me with such a request. Who knows? I'm open to all opportunities. What is the standard width of trouser leg at present? So this is talking about trends. Now, the thing about trends in suits is that, and I have said it in the past, like you should always go with with a classic fit, a classic style. That's a way that you can guarantee that you are not dealing with trends that will soon pass and another trend will come to replace the previous trend. But having said that, I realized that there's no real like classic style. Even those styles that I admire from previous decades, they have changed and they can look out of place these days. And today in 2024, I have noticed that suits are starting to get a little bit looser in their fit, just like, casual style. Everything seems to be going in the more loose direction, whereas just a few years ago, everything was very tight. So I would say don't go with the trends, avoid the trends at all costs. It's not a good idea. But when I say go classic, that can also get a little bit tricky because again, classic can still change and it does change. So what I would say is find a fit that looks good on you and embrace it. Like make that your style, make that your signature fit. Even if it's a little bit looser, that's okay. If it's a little bit tighter, that's okay. But just own it, embrace it, make it your style, your own personal style that you will stick with it. And eventually everyone will notice like, oh, that's how Ed dresses. That's the fit that he likes. And he's not going with the trends. So that would be my personal recommendation. Try taper for your trousers that you feel like, yeah, this is something that I can work with for the rest of my life, and that should be it. That's my recommendation when it comes to fit. Of course, you should avoid super skinny, tight suits or baggy suits. That's a no. It really doesn't matter if you like it. I don't approve of it, and I will never approve of it. How do you look so good? I promise you, I'm not pretending that somebody sent me that question and I'm just making it up. I could do that so easily, but I promise you, somebody sent that question. I guess first, I don't buy it. I mean, I'm comfortable with how I look and I feel confident in my looks, but I don't know. It just kind of feels weird that people will think about it, about you in that way. But I absolutely appreciate it. To, to my friend who sent me this question, thank you so much because it really helps me with I do have some uh, self-esteem issues, which eventually I will talk about it. Maybe it's kind of obvious, just by looking at what I do on social media. But soon we're going to be talking about it. I guess genetics. That's my mom and my dad. They decided to get together, make me, and I would also say exercise. Like even if you are, you know, even if you consider yourself lucky in the genes department, the fact that you work out, you put effort into, doing exercise, eating healthy, taking care of your body, I guess that really helps. Because even if you are very good looking, if you don't take care of yourself, it's all gonna fade. I mean, it's all gonna fade anyway, sooner or later. But you can hold on to those good looks for a little bit longer if you take care of yourself. So genetics and a little bit of effort from my side. That's my answer to that question. And thank you again for lifting my self-esteem because I need it more than you think. I left out some of the questions that I got because as much as I like to share some of my personal life with all of you, some things are better left unsaid. Some things are better left unquestioned. But sometimes, not sometimes. I mean, you should always um, draw a line on what you want to share, what you want to keep to yourself, some private things. And while I do appreciate the interest, I'm gonna select the ones that I want to answer, and I know what I want to keep to myself. I just want to make sure that the tie looks well. Favorite tie brand? Uh, I wish I could give you an easy answer, but I don't have one. When it comes to ties, I'll be 100% honest because I owe it to you. I could easily love a $10 tie, and I could easily love a $200 tie. What I look for is a design that I like, a tie that ties well, a tie that will give me a nice knot. So I will usually, try a quick knot before I buy a tie. And that's the tie that I will wear. You cannot even tell if one of my ties is a great quality or not. Maybe some of you do. Maybe you can tell like that tie that Ed is wearing today is just an awful, ugly tie, which is fine. I mean, I'm just being honest, and I just told you that I don't mind wearing cheap or inexpensive. Let's go with inexpensive ties. So related to that, I don't really have a favorite tie or a favorite tie brand. There are some that I love, but I don't even want to, like mention them one by one because I don't know. I just, you should really just pay attention to how a tie will tie, how a necktie will tie, the knot that it will give you. Practice and take a look at how it looks. And if it's an inexpensive tie, just wear it, own it, and nobody's going to notice for the most part, really. In some circumstances, I guess you can tell when a tie is of a beautiful, luxurious silk because I notice it, but I really don't care whether it's me wearing it or somebody else that's wearing that tie. If it gives you a nice knot, if it looks cool, if the pattern is cool, I really couldn't care less, honestly. But soon, I promise you, I'll come up with a list of my favorite tie brands. I'm going to do it one of these days. If I am not mistaken, those were all your questions. Again, having removed those that were a little bit too personal and I was not comfortable talking about those things. Well, before you go, okay, so before you go, I wanted to share with you exactly where I was sitting. It was right here in that spot. That's where I was sitting on the grass, but it's a beautiful place. So I wanted to share very quickly with all of you. So those were the questions that I got from all of you. I want to say thank you so much for sending those. It really means a lot that I have people in other parts of the world, in other countries, you know, following what I do and sending me messages and encouraging me as much as I try to encourage you to dress up, to be a better man, to go after your goals. I'm in the same journey as all of you. We're all in this weird, crazy journey that is debilitating. It's difficult to walk this path, but we're in this together. And one thing I've always wanted to be very clear about. I never want to be that type of person or social media YouTube person that will tell you like, oh, this is how I did it and this is how you should do it. No, I'm in this exact same journey as all of you. I'm trying to make sense of this crazy life and all the challenges that come with it, and you know, going through difficult times like we all do. And I just wanted to mention this because there's an immense amount of appreciation that I feel for all of you. So thank you so much. Again, like I say, I will completely stop inviting people to like this video, share it, and subscribe to the channel. No, I'm never going to do that. What I'm going to do is, if you found this video useful, entertaining, funny, if you like some of my answers, then go ahead and like it. If you took something out of it, if it was useful in any way, but if it was not, then don't feel like you should like it, share it, or subscribe to the channel. But having said that, I do want to say thank you, regardless, because you chose to watch this video, and that really means a lot.